Have you ever felt that gut-wrenching twist? That instant drop in your stomach when a certain name lights up your screen? Or midway through a chat when you dare to say no, enforce a boundary, or just put your own well-being first? Then comes the zinger. After all I've done for you. Or, I suppose I don't mean as much to you as you do to me. Maybe it's subtler, a deep sigh, a gaze loaded with letdown. In that heartbeat, your reasoning crumbles. Your self-assurance vanishes. You were rock solid on your choice seconds ago, but now you're the villain of the story. Selfish, heartless, overwhelmed by guilt. Before you know it, you're reversing course, saying yes against your will, apologizing for nothing, shouldering burdens that aren't yours, all to banish that awful sensation. If this rings true, you're not imagining it, and you're far from isolated. You're ensnared in a mental snare called the guilt trip. But here's the eye-opening revelation that 80% of folks overlook. That stomach churn. It's not your inner voice of right and wrong. It's not an ethical guide flagging a misstep. It's a primal brain hack, exploiting your core dread of being cast out. You're being invoiced for a feast you didn't request, and you're settling it with your emotional reserves. Many believe the sole paths against a guilt tripper are surrender and suffer, or push back and seem the antagonist. Wrong. There's a smarter route. Diffuse the ploy on the spot. Sans cruelty, sans yelling, sans lengthy defenses. In these next moments, I'll reveal how to detect those hidden puppet strings tugging at you. We'll unpack the 3 guilt tripper archetypes probably lurking in your circle now. We'll dive into the brain science explaining why disappointing someone literally aches. And crucially, I'll hand you the precise, verbatim line, one-killer sentence that halts a manipulator dead and returns their invoice untouched. You may see yourself as merely polite, but you're actually settling a phantom debt. Time to quit. Time to crunch the numbers on guilt. Once you grasp the gears, they're impossible to ignore. And believe me, this insight will reshape every bond in your world, effective immediately. Let's dive in. So, what's firing in your brain during a guilt trip? Why the visceral punch, like a blow to the solar plexus? It's beyond mere bad vibes, it's neural sabotage. Phrases like, "after all I did for you," or "the icy silence" ignite brain zones tied to actual pain, notably the anterior cingulate cortex. This area flags social exclusion. To your ancient wiring, letting down the group equaled exile and doom. Thus, guilt isn't mere feeling, it's a life or death alert blaring. Mend this or face isolation. But here's the snag. We often mix up empathy and accountability. Let's clarify with an everyday analogy. Picture dining out, savoring your dish. Abruptly, the server slaps a check on your table for the neighboring group's lavish spread of lobster and bubbly. Do you guiltily pay up to be courteous? Nope. You'd retort, "Sorry, this isn't mine." You might sympathize with the dine and dashers, but you wouldn't absorb their tab. Yet, in connections, we pull this stunt daily. A guilt trip foists the receipt for their feelings onto you. I'm hurt because you won't comply. Pay up by altering course. As a compassionate soul, type 1. The accommodator you fork over. You assume their distress? My bad. You scramble to mend their spirits, ditching your priorities. You turn into everyone's mood-fixing machine. It deepens, though. Enter deliberate scheming with type 2. The favor banker. They tally every good deed in a psychic ledger favors. Concessions, vent sessions. Not from pure affection, but as investments. When they want payback, they invoke it. "I'm the only one who truly cares about this family," or "I gave up my job for you." They turn prior kindness into leverage for current demands. It's not a request, it's debt collection with markup. You might counter, "But I do owe them, they've done tons." Halt. That's the pitfall. Bonds aren't barters. Affection isn't usury. Acts expecting ROI aren't generous. They're unsigned contracts. You're no emotional obligor. You're autonomous, free to decline. Now, the stealthiest guilt variant, the unspoken, the exhale, the freeze out. Snide asides like, "Must be great having all that downtime." Meet type 3, the victim player. No frontal assault, they self-sabotage to cast you as the foe. They feign fragility, overload, woe, hinting your inadequacy fuels their pain. Sneaky, as it sparks your helper reflex. Spotting distress, you intervene, but aiding perpetuates it, training them that victimhood yields gains. How to break free, how to return the invoice sans battle, decouple their emotions from your deeds. Offer compassion without ownership. Master this rare skill, boundary clarity. Recognize your edges versus theirs. Key insight, boundaries upset people, inevitable. But their upset isn't your flop. Their letdown isn't your offense. It's merely their response to denial. They're entitled to disappointment, as you're entitled to refusal. Aim not to sugarcoat your no into joy, but to state it kindly, firmly then. Toughest bit, let them own their response. Skip justifications. Dodge debates. Curb sorries. Explaining invites counters. Too swamped. But you binged shows yesterday. Boom. Defeated. Opt for a sealed, steadfast, caring reply. One that nods to their hurt yet stands pat. One declaring, I spot your invoice, but no thanks. Ready? This lone line will revolutionize your tough talks forever. The line? Deceptively straightforward, razor sharp. Facing a guilt ploy, like, you never make time for me, or fine, I'll manage solo as usual, meet their gaze, keep cool, and deliver. I get that you're disappointed, but I'm sticking with my choice. Absorb it. I get that you're disappointed, that's the compassion, affirming their emotion without dismissal. You're eyeing the check. Then, but I'm sticking with my choice, the fortification, shoving it back. No whys. No since work, kids, fatigue. Just the verdict, decision final. Line drawn. Daunting at first? Pulse pounding, guilt surging. Vital reframe, that guilt signals not error, but pattern busting. It's growth's ache, an atrophied muscle stirring. Post-stand, they may amp up rage, tears, radio silence. Fine. That's their flail at lost sway. Not your fix-it duty. Yours, maintain position. Frame it thus. If harmony demands self-erasure, that's captivity, not connection. True bonds endure no's, respect them, even. Conditional love on compliance isn't love. It's exploitation of your ease. Uttering this isn't harsh, it's peak honesty. You're modeling treatment standards, declaring your goodwill voluntary, not compulsory. Yes, some may exit those who prized your yields over you. Release them. Clear room for boundary-honoring allies who cherish your essence, not your yields. Next time that knot tightens, recall the diner check. You choose. Settle with your joy, or leave it lying. Your call, but heed this. Guilt trips are mere surface. Lurking deeper post-boundary? Gaslighting? Eroding your reality. Miss the 5 red flags of sanity sabotage, and you're ensnared unaware. Next up, I'll unmask gaslighters' go-to lines making you doubt yourself. Essential viewing. Hit subscribe, bell on, reclaim your strength. Catch you soon.